Everyone executed the first application. Mobashir and Sai Kumar executed. Rest of the things, you three, Shivaras, Pooja, and Jayshin. Shivaras have executed first application.
No, sir.
Any issue or you don't have
We
time?
haven't attended the last two classes when you were explaining.
But you are there at the first time application, right? Skin MVC.
Yeah, the diagrammatic Spring MVC flow when you were explaining on that class, I was there.
That application, yeah.
Today I'll complete, sir, with the help of Qureshi Mubashir.
Sai Kumar executed also.
Yes,
Pooja, I think Pooja also executed. Okay. So today we can start the new thing.
sir.
Annotation approach. So this only is a basic of things. Basic things why you are learning means you should know the end-to-end application and what happened when you click on the submit button and where is going and what is doing. So this all the things we can see in the proper way, the step by step by using XML approach. Okay, by using annotation, we don't know what happened internally. Okay, that is the reason we first learn the which one XML approach. Now we are familiar, right? And what components are internally and how it's working, we know that. So now we move to the annotation approach. So already in this document I shared, right? And we have different handler mappings are there. Simple handler mapping, bean name URL handler mapping, and bean name is the default handler mapping. Okay, and these all our angular mappings are deprecated. We can use XML XML approach is deprecated. We can use annotation approach. But how to use annotation approach, we can discuss. And this is the first example what we executed. Second handler mapping is this is a simple URL handler mapping. And if any request is coming from with a slash to all mails, then this controller will take care of it. Okay, so we should configure this simple handler mapping and this key and values we have to give so that this controller class will execute. But in our application directly we are added, right? Okay, and this is a simple URL handler mapping related example. This is the same. And internal process, how it's going, already we discussed, and different component type. Okay, these all are deprecated. Next, so our target is annotation approach. And also we discuss model and controllers. We have a different controllers are there. Okay, abstract controller and in controller interface. We are implementing and overriding the which method? Which method? Handle request method. So this is the interface control. Our user-defined controller means login controller, or registration controller, change password controller, right? Whatever we are writing the controller, that controller class has to implement the controller interface or extend abstract controller class. Then we need to override handle request method. We can write our business logic in this method so that it's written the model and view object. Then we can follow the Spring MVC architectures, right? This is the way you learn it. And we have a different controllers are there. These are base command controller, abstract command controller, abstract form controller. Okay, the different types of controllers are there, and these all controllers are also deprecated. We can use annotation approach. Okay, just idea purpose, I share this information. So which controller is acting. Okay, today we'll move to the annotation approach. So this is all the information go through this document. And this is another controller, command controller, abstract command controller, different forms are available. View resolvers. So we discussed, right? View resolver, what is the view and what is the data you are displaying. And we have different view resolvers as the internal resource view resolver, XML view resolver, PDF. Sometimes we are downloading the PDF, right? And that means we want to develop with the Spring MVC, we have to use which one? XML view resolver, PDF view resolver, and the Excel sheet view resolver. Like that we can use. Okay. And if we are configuring the view resolver, we need to configure a bean and ID equal to and class equal to. And what is the path? Where is available? Prefix and suffix. Like that, we can configure view resolver, and this is our target file will take. But in our application, what we are doing, the target view part, view resolver is we written in a controller only. Correct? What is that? Welcome JS in our example. Color deprecated. Directly we can go to the annotation. So just now I said that XML view resolver, PDF also is there. Now this is our target. Next today's topic, Spring MVC annotations. So we know about which one? @controller annotation, right? @controller, @service, @repository, and @component, right? @value. Already we learned that with examples, and those things we are using here. Okay, @controller annotation makes our Java class as a controller class, and it's written the which one? Model and view object in Spring MVC. And we to read the which one? Client enter data, right? The client enter data we are using which one? HTTP request, right? HTTP servlet request. So to read the client data, we can use which annotation? Request mapping. So @request mapping to purpose is to read the client enter data in the form, or sending the data from third parties or from HTML file or any mobile device. Those all information we can read by using @request mapping. Are you following? First we can see one example, then we can theory we can understand. So this is a @controller. We have to write at the class level, and this class is treated as a controller class. And next one, we are writing the one method, right? And if you are using annotation, what is the advantage is no need to implement or extend framework given classes or interfaces. Like in first example, we are extended the abstract controller, or we implement the controller interface, and we have to override the handle request method. So those things are now we are free if you are using annotation. So just we have to use @request mapping and value equal to /message MSG. This is from where HTML file we got the request, or something .do or / something, right? And what is the method? In HTML, two requests are coming, right? Get method, post method, put method, right? Whenever form submitting, what happened? We are taking the method equal to action. What is that action? Post. Or else if you require get, then we can write the get. Then if the URL pattern is a /msg and method equal to get method, then this method will execute. Okay. In this method, what you are taking? Model map. Okay. And what is the map? This is a model map given by Spring Framework only. It's a predefined. Okay. So UI related. So Spring Framework .ui.model map. Okay, in that model map, we are adding the key and value. What is the key? Result. And what is the message we are giving? Welcome. Okay, from message, welcome to Spring MVC. And what are you returning? String. And what is the string here? Welcome. And how the which one? Dispatcher servlet. And the configuration is same. Dispatcher servlet configuration is same. because it's important, right? Dispatcher servlet, we are not changing that one. Instead of web folder, first which file is executed when our application is deploying, web.xml is executing. So in that web.xml, what is the request will come? And last application I explained, right? Whenever application is deployed, then first read the which file? Deployment descriptor file. That is called web.xml. Okay. And in that web.xml, first which is checking is configured welcome file list. Is checking. Yes, I configure the welcome files. And what is the file will execute automatically? Index.jsp. Every web application, this is mandatory or configured. Right? Example, fb.com. Whenever I enter the fb.com, automatically one home page will come, right? Gmail.com. Then automatically one Gmail home page will come. How that is coming? Based on configuring the welcome file list. Clear? In this one, which is taking index.jsp. So coming to the index.jsp, here what is the message is there here? So now we are analyzing the end-to-end flow. I generated here only 3 links, hyperlinks. You know, right? Everyone HTML, just a link here. Click on message, click on wish, and it's great. So these are which one? Links, hyperlinks. Okay, hyperlinks. You know, right? HTML. And whenever I click on the message, what is the URL pattern? The /message. And slash message where is checking, I can come back to the web.xml. What is the URL pattern? Yeah, slash. Any request is coming with a slash. That what is actual request here? Slash message. Is matched, right? Slash something. So it's matched. Then which servlet will execute? Dispatcher. And same is configure dispatcher. Yes, dispatcher is configured. And dispatcher servlet will execute. And once dispatcher servlet, what is taking roles in it? What is the roles of the dispatcher servlet? Reading the request, and for this request, who will take care? Giving the exactly controller, who will handle controller. That purpose is communicating to whom? Handler mapping. But handler mapping, the handler mapping details, controller details, where is available? In second XML file. And how it's taking? By default, what is the name? Second XML file, dispatcher-servlet.xml file. That is the standard name. But I don't want to use that name. I want to rename that one. So my file name is spring-servlet.xml. And this file is not reading by default by a container, Spring container. So we need to convey it. So dispatcher servlet read this XML. To change the default name to our custom name, you have to configure init param name equal to context config location. Context config location. So in that one, you can mention where is your file inside a web folder, and this is the spring-servlet.xml file. Okay, so here we are writing the all annotation approach, right? So we have to use component scan base package equal. This is the controller class, and this is a CR view resolver. I configure the internal resource view resolver. What is the prefix here? Slash. What is the suffix? .jsp. Okay, so here is there any handler mappings? No, we are using the which approach? Annotation approach. In first example, we configure the handler mapping and controllers. Okay, so in this second XML file, there is no handler mapping, there is no controller configuration. Just we are using annotation approach. So going to this base package. So what is the base package here? com.apps.controller. So in that one, only one controller is there, test controller. So is checking this annotated with the controller? Yes, it's annotated. And what is the request mapping? Its request mapping is nothing but a, what is that? URL panels. Okay, what which method we want to execute? The request is coming from slash message, right? Yes, it's matched. And method is which method? Get method. Then this method will execute. Here handler mapping means model map what is doing, what response we are giving the back. That will content we can store in the model map object. So I am giving this message, simple message, just a string type, and returning the which one? Welcome. And welcome is a what here? View resolver. It's written the string type. No need to return here. In the previous example, you should return model and view object only. Correct? Are you following? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
In previous example, you have to return model and view object because we are using XML configurations. Now we are using annotation approach. So no need to return model and view, just we can return a string form. And what is the string here? Welcome. Welcome, how the container is know that whether is configured the view reserver or not. Yes, we configure. Which view reserver? Internal resource view reserver. And what is the prefix here? Slash, what is taking here? Slash welcome, right? Prefix. Prefix means first, what is adding here? Slash welcome. What is the suffix here? .jsp. Then which file is execute? Slash welcome.jsp. Whenever slash is there, it's reading from the which one? Web app folder. So inside a web app is looking, what is that? Welcome.jsp is there? Yes. Here we are reading. Okay, so in that welcome.jsp, what is there? Body, center, and oh, hi everyone. And what is the message? This is a returning the expression tag. Dollar, the key name. That what is the result? In model map is the key is there, right? What is the key here? Result. So whenever calling the get key, what is will come? That associated value will return, right? This message will get. Clear? The flow. And if you click on the next link is wish. What is the URL? Slash wish. And come to the same web.xml. URL pattern is matched. Yes, is matched. Dispatcher servlet is reading the which one? String-servlet.xml. Right here, which one? Annular mappings not there. Controllers not there. Directly is going to this page package and looking at the controller. Yes, is there. And what is the URL pattern? Slash wish is matched. And get method, then this method will execute. Same welcome file. Welcome.js will return. Same thing. All the requests. Understood? This is the way we are simplifying our application by using annotations. So what are the annotations we need to remember? At the rate controller, at the rate request mapping. This is the two things. Clear? And I want to test this application. Okay, right click on the project. Okay, so run as on server. It's not a main application, right? It's a server application, run on server. So which server we are using? Tamcat server. Okay, so Tamcat I'm using 8.0. Someone is using 9.0. Okay, no problem. And click on next. And which is that our previous application we are removing from the deployment. And only we are deploying this our project. Click on finish. And it asking you want to remove? Yes. And what is the default port of Tamcat server? 8080. And this is the interview question. If you want to change, where should I change? The last class in Mubashir system we did. Mubashir, tell me. So if you want to change from default port 8080 to the 9090, where should I change? Where? Server.xml file, we need to change it. You should remember everything. Okay. Are you following or simply join? Mubashir, are you there? Others?
Yes, sir.
Who's are you there? Are you following this annotation approach?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sai Kumar, clear, right? Okay, now once you deploy this one, now automatically which file is loading? This output will come from which file? Tell me, Sai Kumar. No. What are you listening? Exactly, right answer. So remember it, Sai. So whenever deploying the application, first reading the which file? Tell me, Sai. What is the file will read first? Whenever deploying our application, the content. No. Which file is first reading? Web.xml. Whenever you remember, this is a mandatory to remember and it's a basic flow. Whenever any web application, when you deploy into the any server, Tamcat server or WebLogic server, any other server, first is reading the deployment descriptor file. What is the deployment descriptor file? That is called web.xml file. In that web.xml file, have you configured welcome file list? Yes. So what is the welcome file? What is the welcome file? Index.js. The index.js, what logic is there? That will automatically come. Example, if you enter the fb.com, automatically one home page will come, right? How does it come? Because of welcome file list. Okay, I'm telling every day, but you are not remembering. And it's also an interview questions. Remember it, okay? I will ask you tomorrow again. Sorry. Okay. So this is the first reading web.xml file. Yeah, welcome file list is there? Yes, is there. And is a load and startup tag is there, right? So what is the purpose of load and startup? Pooja? Every tag is should know it. What is the use of that? Why we are writing? Like that you can analyze.
So every servlet is every servlet is goes on with the lazy loading. So when we want one particular thing to load while the application has been started, we have to mention like this. So by keeping this load on startup, automatically the page which you mentioned here is going to load.
What is the lazy loading?
Until and unless someone call that, it will not execute.
What is? We are not using the proper terminology. Life cycle.
Okay.
Servlet life cycle.
Yeah.
So servlet life cycle won't to start to get until get the first request.
Correct.
So what happens if you are not configuring load and startup? What is the problem? The first user who are making the first request, that person will get some delay. Why delay? Because this servlet will start it, right? What is the life cycle of the servlet? Have you completed, right, servlet? Everyone completed, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is the servlet life cycle?
The init method, destroy, and sorry.
What is the order?
First init method, then sorry, I forgot that. There are some methods which I am not able to recall.
So whenever the servlet lifecycle will start, as per the servlet lifecycle, container will execute init method, service method, destroy method, right?
Yes.
So internally we are using which one abstractors servlet, right? HTTP servlet we are implementing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's all the basic things. Here also same concept, servlet concept. Okay. And which servlet we are using in Spring MVC? Tell me, Sai Kumar. Which servlet we are using in Spring MVC? It is already there at line number 9. Read and tell us.
Dispatcher server.
Yes. So dispatchers are one of the today what I'm asking these questions, all are interview questions. Remember it and note down. If don't know or if you are unable to remember, note down and practice daily. Okay. And next interview question: these dispatchers select which design pattern following? Who's it tell me?
Front control.
Yes, already we discussed it. Remember, right? Everyone remember, right? What is the front controller design pattern? Today you can read in the Google. So front controller design pattern is what is the advantage? So whatever the requests are coming, everything is taken from this single controller only. And from here we are sending to the appropriate controllers. If it is not there, what is the problem? It's not controlling all the requests, right? So independent we are executing, like in servlet class. If the request is coming login controller, registration controller, forgot password controller, update profile my controller, like that is going. But there is no point of contact, right? So that's the reason this design pattern is helping. And the more details you can read the in design pattern. You can search in Google, okay? So now you are understood, right? This is the importance of the web.xml file. Without web.xml, we can't develop any web application in real time also. Okay, now it's clear. Now welcome file is clear and loader startup is clear. And why you're writing here init parameter, param name. So initializing parameters. So dispatches servlet, what is the default name is reading? Once you read this XML, web.xml file, immediately dispatcher servlet is looking for which XML file? Dispatcher servlet.xml file is reading. But I don't want to use that name. I want to do my custom name. Then you should configure init param name, and a param value. What is the file we are giving? Server spring-servlet.xml, and where it is inside a web INI. So I'm giving the location. Now dispatcher servlet is reading this one. Okay, which one? Spring-servlet.xml. Here is looking for any controllers or which one model, which one handler mappings is there? No. So we are given annotations, but only identified which one? View resolver. And view resolver, when it's coming, once the controller is given the back, that is carrying. Okay, but now is a handle. There is no handler mapping. There is no controller. So it's using the annotation. So for the annotation, we are conveying how we are conveying to container by configuring context component scan base package equals com.apps.controller. Okay, and in this package is coming to the controller, and we can test here. Okay, now this is the request. Just I'm giving click on message. So see here, the URL pattern is changing. This is our port number, localhost 8080 port, and this is the project name, annotation demo, and slash message. This is the request. So now the request is coming with a slash message, right? Here, which one? First web.xml slash URL pattern is slash is match. Once again, I'm telling the flow, so we should follow it. Okay, it's matched URL pattern. Next, read the servlet name. What is the dispatcher? Same dispatcher is there in the registration. This servlet configuration is there, and which is executing dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet next immediately reading which one? Spring-servlet.xml. Here is the annotations are there. So then go to this test one. Yes, yes, the controller is there, and what is the request? So slash message is match. And how we are configuring this URL pattern, like a handler mappings, right? We are using @request mapping. Now it's matched, and this message will return. Which one is written? Welcome. Welcome.jsp is written. So this is the message we are getting. Hi, from message, welcome to Spring MVC. This message we written here, controller, right? So welcome to Spring MVC from message. Understood? Way of execution?
Yes.
What do you want? Where you are getting them? 3 times I explained that. Where you are getting them? Focus on that. Each word is important while explaining. Tell me where you are getting doubt, I will explain. From scratch level or somewhere? You are mapping. So whenever you click on this link, what is the URL pattern here? When I click on here, so what is that? What is the request coming? This code, where is their code? Index.jsp. What is that here? Slash message. Okay, slash message is directly coming to the controller, right? Slash message, how we are configuring by using which annotation? @request mapping. So at the rate request mapping, you should map with your URL pattern. Means your request from action, whatever there in the HTML file or JSP file. It's matched, right? Then this method will execute. Okay. Next time I want to click on this wish. What is the wish of your URL slash wish? Then which method will execute at the rate request mapping slash wish? This message will execute and this message will come. What is the wish here? Good morning to all. This message will come now. Right? Here. Clear or no? Next one, next which is there? Greet. So greet message slash greet. Congratulations. So where is there here? Index.jsp greet slash greet. In tester.java, request mapping slash greet is matched. Then this message will execute. Okay. Here. Here are
Sir, could you please explain what is happening in line number 13?
okay.
You're adding some attribute to the map. Could you please explain that?
So in previous first example, how you are returning your content?
We were returning model and object.
Model and you create the model and view object and you set the data, right? But we are using annotation approach, right? There is no model and view return. We are returning simply string type. Okay, clear? In string MVC, this is the deeper. Like in JSP, JSP which one Servlet, we have some implicit objects are there, right? Do you know implicit objects? Servlet JSP, you learn these implicit objects. So request object, response object, session object, right? Context object. These are default is there in our web application. In the same way, in Spring MVC is a model map is the predefined object. It's available in the request scope. Okay. So I'm not returning any model and view object. Just I want to return string type. Then what your content you want to display on the next output, right? So my content I want to display here. But how can I send to this JSP? Welcome.jsp, how can I send? We need some object, right? Through object only you are sending one page to another page. Yes or no?
Yes.
So how we are sending the data? With the help of the which one object is required. So in the first approach, we are using model and view. But I'm not using model and view. Just what I'm using model data, model map. So model map is the request object here. Okay. So here model map object is there. Here we can add the attribute. Dot which method is there? Add attribute. And it's a required key and value. What is the key? The result. And what is the value? This one. And this data is traveling through which scope? Request scope. We have a different scopes are there, right? In web application, request scope, session scope. Correct? In response scope, and this request object is available, then automatically we can read the request data in JSP by using expression tag. Okay, dollar curly braces and did you learn that JSP the different tags, expression tags?
We have learned about tags, but not about the scope, sir.
That is my important scope. Without a scope, how you transfer the data? For example, you logged in, and once you logged in into your home page, you are moving into your profile page. Okay, how your profile is carried forward to next page, or if you want to update your profile, whenever click on the update profile, existing details will showing, right? How you travel one page to another page? All this is request to scoped variables only. So whenever you log in a web application, one session object is created for each user. And each user information we are storing in the session. And in your web application, whenever travel to one page to another pages, this all the data will transfer to the session scope. And whenever you click on the logout, internally executed session invalidate method, and your session is destroyed, will come out from the your session, your home page. right? This is internally we are working with our session objects. It's very important. And if we can get in the Google also, we can get read that one. And if any free time, I will explain this. All the web application related is very important. And this all are done, right? Who teach this one JSP Solid? Srinivas only or someone? I think Isar will teach. In the document also there, I think. You check with once again document and.
It might be my mistake, sir, because I was not attending classes from past 15 days.
No
I'm
problem.
not sure sir has explained to the other people.
He
or
shared
not.
one document, right? I think he shared the document. Check once document. If the document is not there, then you can reach out to him. Okay.
Sir, is the line number 12 dollar symbol, is this a JSTL expression, sir?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Sir, haven't told
JS,
about it.
JS related. JSTL, yeah. JSTL, that is called about, what is it? The name is there. No, this JSTL, so we are to display by adding this tag, line number 3. Line number 3, what is doing? This is called page directive. This is called, we have different directives, right? Page directives, another one, the include directives. So we have different directives are there. It's only coming to the JSP topics. Okay, we are this page directive is ignored. Is EL ignored? False. EL means expression language. EL means we are informing to JSP container. Is expression language ignored? No, don't do that. If you put here true, then this tag won't execute. Okay, JSTL tags. This should execute. Then we should write this line number 3 tag. Is bad. Okay, and what is the key is there? Request scope. The key related value is we can see in the browser in the output. So this is. In web application, everything is a matter. The data storing, transferring, each attribute is important. Okay. So if you want to work like a web page developer, this all should know it. Or else you want simply backend developer to develop the REST services. Okay, no need. Those will take care of UI developers. Okay. So nowadays is what's the problem is not problem, simplifying. Simplifying all the things. So as a Java developer role, we backend we are developing the RESTful web services, and UI page is consuming, and those will transfer the data one page to another page. They maintain the session store. Okay, the recent technologies are there, right? And different latest JavaScript things are there. They will take UI. Okay, so now clear. So how many links are there, and each link is executing a different method and different output. Clear? And I will share this application directly. We can import. Last application also. Just to right click here. Import option is there. In import, you can check which one. Maven. You can type the Maven. Inside a Maven, what is the option? Existing Maven project. We are importing existing Maven project. And after that, where is your this I shared application? In which location is there? Just to browse it and click on next and finish. Okay, easily. And last time also I shared that first application. Okay. And which one? Yeah, Jayashree, have you executed first application? So anybody want the first application with XML approach? I shared with you.
Sir, I want.
I think then share. Name URL. Suraj, right?
Yes, sir.
I think already shared Suraj mail. Next, Jaisal, you have? Are you there? This one, yeah.
It's chatting, sir.
Okay, and today application answer I will share with these 5 members. This
Yes.
is the exit this one. Okay, annotation done. This is there. With these members, right? Jika is not attended. These two guys.
Yes.
Check it out. Everyone is there. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. 5. Yeah, Srinivas, Shivaraj, you can share your screen. Download and you share your screen. I will execute your system.
Yes, sir.
Pick. We have only 5 minutes time. Download that one and extract. First one, not this one. Annotation example. This is the first application. Go back. Yes, extract. You want to go put somewhere or here only? Open the STS. You haven't opened. Whenever start is attending, you should set up everything ready. Start your STS of Eclipse. So others you should follow the same steps. Meanwhile, you can do your system as well. Okay. Others, they still are following. Import Maven, existing Maven project. Next, go to your location where you share desktop. Hmm. So solution. You also downloaded those last time the Mobishiri also done. Yeah, Mubishu, tell me last time what you are giving. Wait. So you downloaded not a web application. STS. So solution is done right. Click on show solution. Eclipse Enterprise Edition Web. You choose this second one. Click on install. So solution. We download a STS with for only console application, not for web application. Okay. Tomorrow we complete this Spring MVC. Next we can start Spring Boot. That is the last one. That will take 1 week to 10 days. Meanwhile, you can ask any doubts. Does anyone have any questions?
I'm just checking code, sir. I'll get back to you if I get any queries.
Have you executed first application?
Yes, sir. That is done.
Second one, click on install. Already we've done right install. Confirm. Click on confirm. Accept. Cancel it. Already it's done, right? Cancel this one. So while developing STS only, we should mention STS for web applications. Click on once again install. Confirm. Wait for fully. Okay, click on OK. Yeah, Mobishir and Sai. Meanwhile, you can execute in your system. Your STS is enabled, right? Others don't sit idle. Download the project and import it into your STS. Just run